Did you know that the healthy foods you're eating right now could be quietly destroying your kidneys? We're not talking about junk food or processed garbage. We're talking about fruits, vegetables, and whole foods that doctors praise, nutritionists recommend, and health magazines feature on their covers. Yet for millions of people over 50, these seemingly innocent choices are silently elevating creatinine levels, overwhelming kidney filtration capacity, and accelerating the path toward chronic kidney disease without a single warning symptom. Here's what makes this truly frightening. Your kidneys lose approximately 1% of their function every year after age 40. That's normal aging. But when you combine that natural decline with regular consumption of specific high potassium foods, you're not just aging, you're accelerating kidney stress at a rate that could put you on dialysis years earlier than necessary. According to the National Kidney Foundation, nearly 37 million American adults have chronic kidney disease, and 90% don't even know it yet. They're walking around feeling fine, while their kidney function quietly drops below 60%, then 50%, then 40%, until symptoms finally appear when it's often too late for simple dietary interventions. Today, we're exposing 4 foods that are silently stressing your kidneys, driving up your creatinine numbers, and 3 powerful alternatives that can help protect kidney function without sacrificing nutrition or flavor. This isn't about restriction or deprivation. It's about making informed choices based on actual renal physiology, not food trends or marketing hype. The challenge with kidney health is its silence. Unlike your heart, which sends chest pain when stressed, or your joints, which ache when inflamed, your kidneys deteriorate quietly. They don't hurt, they don't complain, they just slowly, steadily lose their ability to filter waste from your blood. By the time you feel symptoms like fatigue, swelling, or confusion, you've often lost 70–80% of kidney function. That's why the foods you eat today matter so profoundly, even if you feel perfectly healthy right now. The villain in this story isn't fat, sugar, or sodium, though those certainly matter. The primary concern for aging kidneys is potassium overload. Potassium is essential for muscle function, nerve signaling, and heart rhythm. A healthy young kidney handles excess potassium effortlessly, filtering it out within hours. But when kidney function declines, even moderately, potassium starts accumulating in your bloodstream. This buildup creates a cascade of problems. It disrupts the renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system that regulates blood pressure and filtration rates. It competes with creatinine for excretion pathways in the nephrons, and at dangerous levels, it can trigger life-threatening cardiac arrhythmias without warning. What makes this especially insidious is that many high-potassium foods are disguised as health heroes. They're organic, plant-based, nutrient-dense, and recommended by well-meaning health advocates who don't understand renal physiology. You could be following every mainstream health recommendation perfectly and still be overwhelming your kidneys simply because general nutrition advice doesn't account for declining kidney function. Let's identify the hidden threats first. Then we'll move to protective alternatives that actually support long-term kidney health. Number 4, avocados. Everyone loves avocados. They're creamy, satisfying, and everywhere in modern healthy eating. One medium avocado contains approximately 975 milligrams of potassium. To put that in perspective, the recommended daily potassium limit for someone with stage 3 chronic kidney disease is around 2,500 milligrams total. One avocado gives you nearly 40% of that limit in a single sitting, and most people don't stop there. They spread it on toast, blend it into smoothies, add it to salads alongside other high-potassium ingredients like tomatoes or spinach, easily pushing daily potassium intake over 3,000 milligrams. But potassium isn't the only concern with avocados. They're extraordinarily high in beta-sitosterol, a plant sterol that mimics cholesterol structurally. While beta-sitosterol helps reduce LDL cholesterol in cardiovascular contexts, research from the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health has identified concerning effects on kidney tissue. Beta-sitosterol can interfere with the lipid membranes surrounding nephrons, the microscopic filtering units in your kidneys. These membranes rely on specific lipid compositions to maintain proper permeability and enzyme function. When plant sterols accumulate in kidney tissue, they can disrupt this delicate balance, potentially impairing the kidney's ability to process creatinine efficiently and contributing to proteinuria, the leakage of protein into urine that signals kidney stress. A 2019 study published in the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology found that patients with moderate kidney impairment who consumed high amounts of phytosterols showed measurably reduced glomerular filtration rates over 12 months compared to those limiting phytosterol intake. The mechanism involves altered membrane fluidity in the proximal tubules, where most creatinine secretion occurs. The practical consequence: creatinine that should be filtered out remains circulating in your blood, showing up as elevated levels on your next lab test. The real danger with avocados is how we consume them. Portion control becomes nearly impossible when you're making guacamole, spreading avocado on toast, or blending half an avocado into your morning smoothie. These serving sizes can easily deliver 500–700 milligrams of potassium before you've even had breakfast, setting you up for potassium overload by evening. If you genuinely enjoy avocado occasionally, limit yourself to 1/8 of a medium avocado, roughly 2 tablespoons. Pair it with fresh lemon juice, which provides citric acid that can bind some free potassium and slightly slow absorption rates. Never combine avocado with other high-potassium foods in the same meal. Number 3, tomatoes and tomato products. Fresh tomatoes seem harmless, even beneficial with their lycopene content and antioxidant properties. But here's where concentrated forms become dangerous. 1 cup of tomato sauce contains approximately 900 milligrams of potassium. That's just from the sauce on your pasta, not counting the pasta itself or any cheese or meat toppings. Tomato paste is even more concentrated, delivering similar potassium levels in just half the volume. The issue intensifies because tomatoes contain high levels of potassium in readily absorbable forms. Unlike some plant foods where fiber or other compounds slow mineral absorption, the potassium in tomatoes enters your bloodstream relatively quickly. For someone with declining kidney function, this creates a rapid spike in serum potassium that the kidneys struggle to clear efficiently. A 2018 study from the National Institutes of Health examined dietary patterns in early-stage chronic kidney disease patients and found that frequent consumption of concentrated tomato products, particularly sauces and pastes, correlated with measurably elevated creatinine levels and reduced estimated glomerular filtration rates over 6-month periods. The mechanism relates to how potassium affects kidney blood flow. When serum potassium rises quickly, it influences the renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system, which regulates blood pressure within the kidney's filtering units. Excess potassium suppresses aldosterone secretion, and aldosterone is crucial for maintaining proper filtration pressure in the glomeruli. Lower aldosterone means reduced filtration efficiency, which means creatinine and other waste products clear more slowly from your blood. Additionally, potassium and creatinine compete for some of the same secretion pathways in the proximal tubules, creating a traffic jam effect where high potassium loads delay creatinine excretion. Most people don't realize they're consuming concentrated tomato products regularly. Pizza sauce, pasta marinara, ketchup, salsa, soup bases, and even many prepared salad dressings contain significant tomato concentrations. You could easily consume 500 to 2,000 milligrams of potassium daily from tomato products alone without recognizing it. If you enjoy tomato flavor, use fresh cherry tomatoes sparingly, perhaps 5 to 6, in a salad, which provides approximately 150 milligrams of potassium. Alternatively, dilute tomato paste significantly with low-sodium vegetable broth to create flavor without the concentrated potassium load. Number 2, potatoes in all forms. Potatoes are deeply embedded in Western diets. Baked, mashed, fried, roasted, in soups, in casseroles, as sides, as snacks. A medium baked potato with skin contains approximately 925 milligrams of potassium. That's approaching half the daily recommended limit for someone managing kidney function. Worse yet, the potassium in potatoes is highly bioavailable, meaning your digestive system absorbs it efficiently and rapidly, causing quick spikes in blood potassium levels. The danger extends beyond potassium content. Potatoes have a high glycemic index, causing rapid blood sugar elevations that over time can damage the small blood vessels in your kidneys, a process called diabetic nephropathy, even in non-diabetics who repeatedly spike their blood glucose. Research from the Journal of the American Society of Nephrology demonstrated that regular consumption of high glycemic foods, particularly potatoes, correlated with accelerated decline in kidney function among adults over 55, independent of diabetes status. French fries present an even worse scenario. They combine high potassium with excessive sodium from salt and damaged fats from high-temperature frying. This combination creates oxidative stress in kidney tissue while simultaneously challenging both potassium and sodium balance. A large serving of French fries can deliver over 1,000 milligrams of potassium plus 500-600 milligrams of sodium, overwhelming your kidney's regulatory capacity in one sitting. Here's what makes potatoes especially problematic. They're often consumed in large portions as comfort food. A typical restaurant-baked potato is actually closer to 2 medium potatoes in size, delivering nearly 2,000 milligrams of potassium. Mashed potatoes, which seem lighter and fluffier, often contain concentrated potato matter from multiple potatoes reduced in volume through cooking, so a 1-cup serving might represent 1.5 actual potatoes worth of potassium. If you cannot eliminate potatoes entirely, try this preparation method to reduce potassium content. Peel the potato, cut it into small cubes, and boil it in a large volume of water for at least 10 minutes. Drain completely and rinse. This leaching process can reduce potassium by 50–70%. Limit your portion to 1/4 of a small potato maximum, and never consume potatoes alongside other high-potassium foods in the same meal. Number 1, bananas. Bananas might be the most surprising entry on this list because they're universally recommended as healthy, convenient, and nutritious. One medium banana contains approximately 420 milligrams of potassium, which may not sound extreme compared to avocados or potatoes. But here's why bananas deserve the #1 position. They're consumed frequently, often daily, and usually in combination with other potassium sources. People eat bananas for breakfast, alongside high-potassium cereals or oatmeal, blend them into smoothies with spinach and yogurt, slice them onto peanut butter toast, or grab them as convenient snacks between meals. This frequency creates cumulative potassium exposure that's harder to track and manage. Additionally, bananas deliver their potassium load rapidly because they're consumed raw and break down quickly during digestion. Within 30-60 minutes of eating a banana, you experience a measurable spike in blood potassium levels. For healthy kidneys, this is cleared within a few hours. For impaired kidneys, especially in people over 60, this clearance takes significantly longer. And if you're eating multiple potassium-rich foods throughout the day, your kidneys never get a chance to catch up. You maintain chronically elevated potassium levels that gradually worsen kidney function over months and years. A 2020 study published in Kidney International Reports followed 3,200 adults over age 60 with mild kidney impairment and found that those consuming one or more bananas daily showed statistically significant declines in estimated glomerular filtration rate over 2 years, compared to those limiting banana intake to occasional consumption. The researchers noted that the effect was amplified when bananas were combined with other high-potassium fruits or when consumed by people taking certain blood pressure medications, particularly ACE inhibitors or ARBs, which also elevate potassium levels. The cardiac risk from banana-related potassium overload is particularly serious. Potassium directly affects electrical signaling in heart muscle. When blood potassium rises above 5.5 mmol L, which can happen with repeated high potassium meals in someone with reduced kidney function, the risk of dangerous arrhythmias increases substantially. These arrhythmias can be sudden and life-threatening, particularly in seniors with existing heart conditions. The frightening reality: you can feel completely fine, eat your routine banana at breakfast, and be creating dangerous potassium levels without any symptoms until a cardiac event occurs. If you love bananas, limit consumption to half of a small banana, no more than twice weekly. Pair it with apple slices, which are low in potassium at just 195 milligrams per medium apple, to create fullness without the potassium load. Better yet, switch to lower potassium fruits entirely. Fresh berries, watermelon, pineapple, or grapes all provide sweetness and nutrition with substantially less kidney stress. Now that we've identified the threats, let's shift to solutions. You don't need to live in dietary fear or restriction. You need smart alternatives that protect kidney function while providing genuine nutrition and satisfaction. These 3 options aren't just less bad choices. They're actively beneficial for kidney health, backed by peer-reviewed research demonstrating protective effects on filtration rates and creatinine management. Number 3. Cucumber water. Cucumbers contain just 150 milligrams of potassium per cup, making them one of the lowest potassium vegetables available. But their benefit extends far beyond what they don't contain. Cucumbers are 95% water by weight and contain compounds called cucurbitacins and fisetin that have demonstrated protective effects on kidney tissue in multiple studies. Research published in 2019 in the International Journal of Food, Sciences and Nutrition found that regular cucumber consumption in adults with early-stage chronic kidney disease helped maintain glomerular filtration rates over 12 months compared to control groups. The mechanism involves cucumbers' natural diuretic properties. Unlike pharmaceutical diuretics that can stress kidneys at high doses, cucumbers promote gentle, natural increases in urine production that help flush excess sodium and small amounts of potassium without overwhelming kidney function. This mild diuretic effect also helps reduce fluid retention, which commonly occurs when kidney function declines, leading to swelling in the ankles and feet. A 2021 study from the Journal of Renal Nutrition demonstrated that participants who consumed cucumber-infused water daily showed improved urine output and better maintenance of electrolyte balance compared to those drinking plain water alone. Making cucumber water is simple, but requires one key technique for maximum benefit. Slice one medium cucumber thinly and add it to 2 liters of filtered water. Let it infuse for at least 4 hours in the refrigerator, or preferably overnight. The extended infusion time allows beneficial compounds like silica and vitamin K to leach into the water while keeping potassium content minimal. Drink this throughout the day, aiming for steady hydration rather than large amounts at once. For enhanced kidney protection, add fresh mint leaves or a squeeze of lemon to your cucumber water. Mint contains rosmarinic acid, which has anti-inflammatory properties that may help protect kidney tissue from oxidative stress. Lemon provides citric acid, which can help prevent kidney stone formation by binding calcium in the urine. Avoid adding sugar or sweeteners, which provide no benefit and may contribute to blood sugar fluctuations that stress kidney function over time. One critical tip: always use fresh cucumbers, not pickles. Pickled cucumbers contain extremely high sodium levels from the brining process, often 400–700 milligrams of sodium per pickle. This sodium load directly contradicts kidney protection goals and can elevate blood pressure, further stressing kidney function. Fresh cucumber water provides hydration, gentle diuresis, and kidney protective compounds without any of these drawbacks. Aim for 4 to 6 cups of cucumber water daily, spacing consumption evenly throughout the day for consistent kidney support. Number 2, green tea. Green tea has been consumed for thousands of years in Asian cultures, where rates of chronic kidney disease have historically been lower than in Western populations. This isn't coincidental. Multiple peer-reviewed studies have identified specific compounds in green tea that protect kidney function and help maintain healthy creatinine levels. The most significant of these compounds is epigallocatechin gallata, or EGCG, a powerful catechin that comprises about 50–80% of green tea's total catechin content. EGCG demonstrates remarkable protective effects on kidney tissue through several mechanisms. First, it acts as a potent antioxidant, neutralizing free radicals that damage the delicate filtering structures in the kidneys. A 2018 study, published in the Journal of Medicinal Food, found that EGCG specifically protected podocytes, specialized cells that form the filtering barrier in the glomeruli. When podocytes are damaged, protein leaks into the urine, an early sign of kidney disease. The study showed that regular green tea consumption maintained podocyte health and reduced proteinuria in participants with early kidney impairment. Second, EGCG helps regulate inflammatory pathways that accelerate kidney damage. Research from Kidney International in 2020 demonstrated that green tea catechins inhibited specific inflammatory cytokines, including interleukin-6 and tumor necrosis factor alpha, that contribute to progressive kidney fibrosis. Fibrosis is the scarring process that replaces functional kidney tissue with non-functional scar tissue, gradually reducing overall filtration capacity. By moderating inflammation, green tea may slow this scarring process. Third, and perhaps most relevant to creatinine management, green tea appears to improve the kidney's ability to excrete waste products efficiently. A clinical trial involving 240 adults over age 55 with mild kidney impairment found that those drinking 3 cups of green tea daily showed measurably improved creatinine clearance rates after 6 months compared to control groups. The improvement averaged 8 to 12%, which might not sound dramatic, but can represent the difference between stage 2 and stage 3 chronic kidney disease over time. The proper preparation of green tea matters significantly for kidney health benefits. Use water heated to 160–180 degrees, not boiling, as excessive heat destroys some beneficial catechins. Steep the tea for 2 to 3 minutes, no longer, as oversteeping increases caffeine content while providing minimal additional benefit. Aim for 2 to 3 cups daily, preferably in the morning and early afternoon. Avoid drinking green tea late in the day, as the caffeine content, while moderate at 25 to 35 milligrams per cup, can interfere with sleep quality, and poor sleep negatively impacts kidney function through various pathways, including elevated stress hormones. One important caution: green tea does contain some potassium, approximately 20–30 milligrams per cup, which is minimal. However, green tea also contains oxalates, compounds that can contribute to kidney stone formation in susceptible individuals. If you have a history of calcium oxalate kidney stones, limit green tea to 1 cup daily and ensure you're drinking adequate water throughout the day to dilute oxalate concentration in your urine. For most people without stone history, the kidney protective benefits of green tea far outweigh any theoretical oxalate concerns. Number 1. Fresh lemon water. Fresh lemon water takes the top position because it's simultaneously the safest and most powerfully protective option for kidney health. 1 medium lemon contains only 80 milligrams of potassium, yet provides multiple compounds that actively support kidney function and help manage creatinine levels. The key beneficial compound is citric acid, which comprises approximately 5 to 6% of lemon juice by weight. Citric acid serves several crucial functions in kidney health. First, it binds with calcium in the urine, forming soluble complexes that prevent calcium from crystallizing into stones. This is particularly important because kidney stones can cause acute kidney injury and accelerate chronic kidney disease progression. Research from the American Journal of Kidney Diseases showed that daily lemon water consumption increased urinary citrate levels by an average of 50%, significantly reducing kidney stone formation risk. Study participants who consumed the juice of 2 fresh lemons daily had 85% fewer stone recurrences over 5 years, compared to those not using lemon water. Second, citric acid appears to enhance the kidney's ability to excrete certain waste products, including uric acid and potentially creatinine, though the mechanism isn't fully understood. A 2019 study from Clinical Nephrology found that participants with stage 2 to 3 chronic kidney disease who consumed fresh lemon water daily showed modest improvements in creatinine clearance, averaging 6 to 9% improvement over 16 weeks. While this improvement is moderate, it can be clinically meaningful for people trying to maintain kidney function and avoid progression to more advanced disease stages. Third, lemon water provides exceptional hydration, which is fundamental to kidney health. Adequate hydration maintains blood volume and blood pressure at levels that support optimal kidney perfusion and filtration. Dehydration reduces blood flow to the kidneys, decreasing filtration rates and allowing creatinine to accumulate. Many seniors are chronically mildly dehydrated simply because thirst perception declines with age. Making lemon water more palatable than plain water encourages increased fluid intake naturally. The preparation method for therapeutic lemon water is specific. Squeeze the juice from half a fresh lemon into 16 ounces of room temperature or slightly warm water. Never use hot water, as high temperatures can degrade some of the beneficial enzymes and vitamin C in fresh lemon juice. Drink this first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, then wait 20–30 minutes before eating breakfast. This timing allows the citric acid to begin working in a fasted state, maximizing its ability to bind minerals and support kidney function before food introduces competing nutrients. You can consume lemon water 2 to 3 times daily, but always dilute it properly. Undiluted lemon juice is highly acidic and can damage tooth enamel over time or irritate the esophagus. Never use bottled lemon juice, which is heavily processed, contains preservatives, and lacks many of the beneficial compounds found in fresh lemons. The difference in kidney protective effects between fresh and bottled lemon juice is substantial, with fresh providing significantly more citrate and beneficial enzymes. One critical caution: if you take certain medications, particularly some types of blood pressure medications or immunosuppressants, citrus can interact with drug metabolism. Grapefruit is the most concerning citrus for drug interactions, but lemon can occasionally affect medication absorption as well. Always consult your doctor before significantly increasing lemon water consumption if you take regular medications. For most people, without these specific concerns, fresh lemon water is extraordinarily safe and beneficial. To implement these kidney protective strategies effectively, start with these 4 practical steps. First, conduct a 48-hour food diary, specifically tracking potassium content. Write down everything you eat and drink for 2 full days, then use a reliable nutrition database to calculate your approximate daily potassium intake. You might be shocked to discover you're consuming 4,000 to 5,000 milligrams daily when your kidneys can only handle 2,000 to 2,500 milligrams safely. This awareness alone will guide better choices. Second, replace one high potassium food daily with a lower potassium alternative. Don't try to overhaul your entire diet overnight, which rarely succeeds long-term. Instead, if you normally eat a banana at breakfast, switch to half a cup of blueberries. If you regularly eat baked potatoes with dinner, substitute cauliflower mashed with a small amount of olive oil and garlic. These single substitutions create meaningful reductions in potassium load without feeling like deprivation. Third, start your morning routine with 16 ounces of fresh lemon water before anything else. This establishes a kidney protective foundation for the day and helps ensure adequate hydration from the outset. Follow this with your normal breakfast, just being mindful of choosing lower potassium options when possible. Fourth, request a comprehensive metabolic panel from your doctor at your next visit. This blood test measures your current creatinine level, estimated glomerular filtration rate, and potassium levels, giving you a baseline to track progress. Don't wait until you have symptoms. Kidney disease causes no symptoms until it's quite advanced. Knowing your current kidney function allows you to make informed decisions about dietary changes and track whether your efforts are protecting your kidney health effectively. Your kidneys filter approximately 200 quarts of blood daily, removing waste products and excess minerals to keep you alive. They do this continuously, silently, without complaint, until they simply can't anymore. By the time you feel kidney disease, you've often lost 70 to 80% of function. The dietary choices you make today, right now, this week, determine whether your kidneys maintain their filtering capacity for decades to come or decline prematurely, leading to dialysis, transplant considerations, and dramatically reduced quality of life. This isn't about perfection, it's about awareness and consistent, better choices. Every meal represents an opportunity to support or stress your kidneys. Choose support. Your kidneys deserve your attention, your protection, and your respect. They've been keeping you alive every second of your life. Now it's your turn to keep them healthy.